Hey everybody, welcome back to Kraken Packs. JB here, and we have probably the most exciting video to date in this channel's history. The release of Upper Deck Series 2 for 23-24, which is going to contain Connor Bedard's Young Gun. So a long time coming, waiting for this set, and it's here today. Connor Bedard hype is through the roof, completely insane. I've seen his Young Guns already today. Sales on eBay for between $1,000 to $1,500 Canadian, and many of them. So it's not like just the first guy to open one got a little bit extra. So these cards are in high demand. Nothing like it we've seen since 2015 when Connor McDavid was a rookie, and honestly, even then, card prices were a whole different thing back then. So this is pretty bonkers. You're gonna have trouble finding these boxes for a reasonable price anywhere at this point. So you're really banking on pulling a Bedard if you do get one. But that said, as I was at the card shop picking up my case, there was a probably 10, 11-year-old kid whose dad bought him a box right beside me, and he opened probably his fifth pack, had a Bedard Young Gun in it, so he was pretty pumped. It's nice to see that sort of thing still goes on, still exists. Tough product all around. I think for the hobby, though, it's really highlighting the tough spot that not just collectors are in, but even card shops. Honestly, I know they get a lot of bad reputation sometimes when these products come out and the prices seem so high, but honestly, I think the way the whole Upper Deck model with selling to distributors and then having the distributors sell to these card shops is just broken. And I'm pretty friendly with the guys who own my LCS, and they were telling me what it was like for them trying to get this product, and it sounds like a real nightmare. I'm glad that I'm not the one who has to deal with that. But at the end of the day, lots of blame to go around if you're just someone trying to collect some hockey cards at a reasonable price. But I think in most cases, you'd probably be nice to your LCS guys because they're probably not the cause of most of this. In any case, enough about all that. Here's a little bit about what's in Series 2 this year. So obviously, I guess, because this is the Connor Bedard set, Upper Deck decided to kind of try and spice it up. A whole bunch of inserts in this year's Series 2, and there's a few repeats that we've seen in the past, but there are a bunch of brand new ones we've never seen before. But what I find actually really interesting, I've never seen this in a flagship Upper Deck product before. They have parallels of all their inserts, but different parallels for different inserts, and then they all come at different odds, and it's very strange. So let me give you a quick rundown. We have something called Deep Roots, which also has a purple parallel. We have something called Glaring and something called Monster Season, which both have gold parallels. We have the Recurring Honor Roll, which has a silver to 250 and a gold to 25. But then the Portraits, which has a silver to 99 and a red to 25, I guess because the base border on these ugly portraits that everyone seems to like except me, the base portrait is already gold, so I guess they replaced the gold parallel with a red, just like they did in Series 1, but I didn't notice in Series 1 that the silvers on the honor roll were to 250 and the silvers on the portraits were to 99, so that's a little strange. But then finally we have Director of Boards, Ecliptic, Instinctive, and PCs that all have something called a sparkle parallel and a gold sparkle parallel. But what I find really funny about those insert sets is that the pull rates are different. So for example, the Instinctives are 1 in every 4 packs, and the PCs are also 1 in every 4 packs, but the the sparkle Instinctives are 1 in 20 packs, whereas the sparkle PCs are 1 in 18 packs. So all in all, it's a pretty weird scheme. I've never really seen anything like this in a flagship product before. I don't know what that means, you should expect in terms of getting the parallels. What you find inside one of these boxes, 12 packs, 6 Young Guns, same as always, 6 honor rolls and portraits. And then, you know, you'll have your one kind of hit per box, which is going to be a clear cut or a black and white canvas. Or in Series 2, it could also be the fluorescent insert. Although this year, I don't know if they've done this in the past years, it seemed new to me. The box hit, if it's a fluorescent, it's not just the base fluorescent. I think it's the green parallel fluorescent. But then on top of that, like they did in Series 1, there's also one wild card per box. And that wild card can kind of be anything, almost anything desirable, any of the numbered parallels, for example. So, you know, you have a chance of getting something good in every single box. So, of course, for us, we're going to go through a case, one video at a time here. Probably do 3 boxes per video. Mostly I'm interested in my Bedard Young Guns. I better get at least one. I would say 22, 23 Series 2 was the first time in my experience collecting cases of Flagship where I didn't get every Young Gun in the set. So it would be an absolute nightmare to pay the prices we're paying for these boxes and not get a single Connor Bedard Young Gun. But of course, since on average there's going to be like 1.4 per case, we are hoping to hit 2. And, you know, everyone's probably seen David Adams has the $1 million bounty up for the Gold Outburst 1 of 1 McDavid Young Gun. So we'd be happy to take that one home too. All right, everyone. All that out of the way. Let's get into some Series 2. See if this stands up better now that it's empty. Yeah, that feels much better. And here's our first pack of many of 23-24 Upper Deck Series 2. So there's our base. Looks the same as Series 1 as always. Alexander Romanov. Now, if you didn't watch any Series 1 videos, these packs might look a little different than what you're used to for Flagship Upper Deck in the past. Instead of 7 base and 1 insert, I think we have 8 or 9 base and 3 inserts. So here's that new PC insert. This is the one that has a sparkle and a gold sparkle. I'm sure that I'll be able to recognize what that is if we see one. Here's our first Young Gun. It's not Connor McDavid. It is Mason Laurie. And here's our outburst. So I didn't mention every box is going to have one outburst. So either a base or a Young Gun. Looks like our one in this box is a base. And we've got some more base at the back. There's a Monster Season, and I wonder right off the bat if that is the gold sparkle, because that does look gold and sparkly. It doesn't say, as usual in Flagship, they don't tend to label their parallels on the card, so you just have to judge by how it looks. But I'm assuming at some point we'll see a Monster Season that is not gold or sparkly. Here's our second PC. It's Cole Caulfield. So the PC, what I read about this insert is it's 1 player per team, I think, and it's supposed to just basically be the player on that team that collectors prefer. Here's our second Young Gun. It's Arturs Silovs. Here we go. And then our base at the back. Day with the Cup, also in Series 2. That's another insert that people are usually fond of. I think it's like 1 in 4,000 or 5,000 packs or something like that. So Pretty unlikely you see one of those even if you buy a whole case. All right, we've got, here's an instinctive. This might be, so this is sparkly but not gold. So I'm assuming that's what this is. Logan Thomas instinctive. Here's our Young Gun canvas. No, not Young Gun, just a regular Upper Deck canvas. I always mix up that word just because it starts with UD there. And here is our first honor roll. It's Matthew Nyes. So, one thing to mention, actually, so there are Young Gun canvases in here, of course, as always. And most note in this set, there is a Young Gun canvas of Logan Cooley. And the reason why that is notable is because Logan Cooley's Young Gun has been pushed to extended this year. So he's going to have his Young Gun canvas out before his Young Gun. And that means that likely his Young Gun canvas will be worth a little bit more than what a Young Gun canvas is normally worth, because people who want to collect them, they can't get a regular Young Gun yet, so there'll be a little more demand for the canvas. So keep that in mind. Here's an Ecliptic, Leon Draisaitl. Here's that Deep Roots that comes in a purple parallel, but this is obviously not purple, Nathan McKinnon. And we have a John Ludwig Young Guns. I have to be a little more careful about revealing my Young Guns going forward. All three of them so far I've just kind of popped out there. That is not how we want to reveal our Connor Bedards. All right, base. So here's another Ecliptic. It's David Pasternak. Looks like we got a canvas behind it. And this is Matthew Tkachuk. And then that's probably an honor roll. Yes. Una Koppanen. And then should just be base at the back here. So these boxes go a little quicker than they used to. They used to be 24 packs. Now we're just doing 12 packs. So I'm a fan of this new format. Looks like we got something shiny in here. There's our Dazzler. I don't know. I didn't take a look at the Series 1 Dazzlers, and I'm sure this is the same, but it looks a little different to me for some reason. Maybe just the blue looks darker. In any case, one same as before, one blue Dazzler per box, and then presumably one pink Dazzler per case, but I haven't seen that explicitly stated anywhere just yet. We got a Sidney Crosby Ecliptic and a Valtteri Mirella Young Guns. All right. So we're 4 Young Guns out of our 6 in this box. I would definitely rather get one Connor Bedard out of the way early. But we'll see how the boxes fall, I guess. What do we have here? So this is another new one. AJ Greer. Oh, this is a director of boards. Yeah, so this is supposed to be the tough guys hammering people into the boards. Here's another Deep Roots. Thomas Hurdle. And then we have this Tyson Forrester honor roll. And then more base. There's our checklist. Carlson and Makar. Carlson's still in a Sharks jersey there on the checklist. And here's another PC. It's Patrice Bergeron. Oh, I could have revealed that better. I could have revealed that a little slower, but there he is. There he is, everyone. That is what we are in this series for. Let me just take this and put it gently aside for a second. We'll go through the rest of this back. Here's a Matty Beniers canvas. We've got a bunch of base. So let's check out, first of all, let me see. I'm a little ill-prepared. Should have thought of this ahead of time. I'm going to get out something to hold that in. Let's just pop it in a one touch for now. But let's take a closer look at the how the QA did on these Young Guns. I thought I saw. It's really tough to tell with this bottom corner if that's just some, white ink from the way that it's printed, or if there's some sort of bend down there. But otherwise, you know what? It looks pretty good, and that corner on this side looks pretty sharp. So that could just be imagination. There it is, everyone. Connor Bedard Young Gun. We get it out in our very first box, which means we can definitely hope for another one somewhere in this case. I don't think, if I remember correctly, that these one touches sit very well in these easels, but let's just give it a try. Oh yeah, no, that's perfect. So there you go, box one, and we're already on our way. And that is a huge relief, because it really would have sucked to pay the most I've ever paid for a case of Flagship Upper Deck and then walked away with none. So yeah, here is, oh look at that. It is also, that's perfect, so that we can display this. We get the base Connor McDavid Monster Season. And actually, now that I look at it closer, despite the fact that this is gold and sparkly, and we knew it was obviously the gold sparkle parallel, it is actually numbered right there also. So it was definitely the parallel, and that's what the base looks like. Here's an instinctive Jakob Markstrom, who probably won't be a Calgary Flame for much longer, I guess. It's really tough to say where... I thought I had one of these already. It's really tough to say where Calgary is in the standings right now, if they want to be trading away their superstar goalie. And look at this. It's a Connor Bedard portrait right behind. So, you know what? I do not like the portraits at all. You guys have heard me say this before. But even I will be happy to see this one, because I'm sure there'll be people out there who want it. We're going to sleeve them up. All right, so 3 packs left. I think we're due for one more Young Gun. And then we're still missing either a black and white canvas, a clear cut, or a fluorescent parallel or something like that. So let's see what we got in here left. There's another one of these instinctives. This one is Sergei Bobrovsky. Ooh, and so this is a fluorescence. I think that red is the base color. I'm pretty confident red is the base color. But maybe not, because maybe this is the parallel that replaces the black and white canvas or the clear cut. We'll see in a couple more packs. And we got a Levi Marilainen on a roll. And then, oh, look at that. So that's just a base card, but that is a pretty cool looking base card. You know what? I just noticed the name of the player who I was just complimenting on that card, and for awkward legal reasons, I wish I had not. We'll just move right past that. All right, let's see. Base. We got another director of boards, Matthew Olivier. And our last young gun is Jackson Lacombe. Of course, Leo Carlson is the other young gun we're particularly excited to see in this set. Here's a Rod Gilbert UD canvas. There's a few others as well, of course, but I think those are probably Connor Bedard is obviously far and away the most interesting. And then Leo Carlson, probably there's a large gap between him and whoever is in third place. But there are a few others, for sure. I will say, now that the checklist is fully released, we guessed about this when we read, I don't remember if it was at the time that Series 1 came out or if it was on some other set that I was opening, but we talked in the past. Here's a Connor McDavid PCs. A Robert Thomas Deep Roots. And a Jordan Kyrou portrait. So yeah, we had talked in the past about the fact that they were pushing Adam Fantilli and Logan Cooley to extended this year, and what sort of effect that would have in future years when we don't have a huge Connor Bedard chase on Series 1 and Series 2, right? And at the time I was saying, this year at least it's not so bad because you have Connor Bedard in Series 2, so what else do you really need? But having said that, now that the Series 2 checklist is out, that's pretty rough rookie checklist. I mean, obviously it has Connor Bedard, and it has a few other players for sure. But there's definitely a bunch of names on that list that you would expect to see in extended in the past 3 years, or with players who wouldn't even get a young gun in years prior before they introduced extended. So at the end of the day, it makes me really worried for the future of flagship, because you never, obviously Upper Deck wants to make as much money off all 3 sets as they can. And they're not going to make money off of extended if they don't put something in there that people want. So, gotta find a place for this box. But we'll see next year. That's next year's problem. For this year, we still got a full year of new products with Connor Bedard in them. See how many of those we can get our hands on, though, because again, all this hype in Mania is driving things crazy. Again, at my LCS today, the owner was telling me that he's seen online already pre-orders for boxes of SP Authentic for over 600 Canadian dollars for one box. So to put that in perspective for everyone else, like, if you don't buy SP Authentic, or if you're not, you're just here to see me open hockey cards and you don't know a ton about it yourself, when SP Authentic came out last year, it was like $250. So over 600, that's pretty rough. Here's a Deep Roots William Nylander. Here's a Jason Robertson portrait. And we should have some base at the back here. Second pack of box 2. No Young Guns so far in box 2. There's another. So Gabe Velarde was a Jet to start the season. So looks like Series 2 pictures were submitted long ago. Here's an instinctive Jake Allen. And our black and white canvas for this box is Anze Kopitar. Normally I would put him up on an easel, but we are definitely out of space today. We got Marco Kasper. So yeah, that red fluorescence must have been the box hit for box number 1. We have another PC. It is Sebastian Aho. There's a Luke Phillip Young Gun, one of the teaser Blackhawks in the set. And here's an actual canvas Young Gun. This one's John Beecher. Bedard's Young Gun canvas is not in the set, of course, if maybe you don't know that, but that is one of the other things that is supposed to give extended some appeal this year, is the Bedard Young Gun canvas will be an extended. Of course, all that means is that you should expect to pay these same crazy prices for extended this year. Here we've got another instinctive Darcy Kemper, and there's a Matthew Poitras. So he's actually another Young Gun who's interesting. Going into the season, maybe he wouldn't have been as interesting, but he came out and played really well to start the season with the Bruins this year. So he's interesting now. And here's a Mika Zibanejad. Beauty canvas. One of the worst trades in Senators history, trading away Mika Zibanejad. Here's the second checklist, base checklist. It's Wyatt Johnson and Andrei Kuzmenko, who's of course now a Calgary Flame. We've got a Jake Ottinger extinctive. We've got Alexei Barkov. The names of the players on these deep roots are very hard to read. And we got a Mark Scheifele portrait. There's a monster season. Another monster season? Where are all these monster seasons? Just Connor Bedard? What's going on here? Sorry, Connor McDavid. I'm going to be mixing that up a lot for the rest of the year, so I apologize in advance. And Connor McDavid doesn't deserve to have his name messed up because obviously he's still amazing. He's what everyone's hoping Connor Bedard is going to turn into, so he definitely still deserves the respect of his own last name. There's a Panarin PC, Walker Durer on a roll, and base. It's the first 6 packs. I think we've only seen 2 Young Guns so far out of this box. Yeah. We got something interesting. Oh, this is one of these highlighters. So these are back. If you don't remember these from years past, and by years past, I mean possibly just last year. They're an acetate card. They come in all sorts of different colors now. I'm not sure if that was true last year. And they didn't have any numbering on any of the colors, so I'm not sure if one color is more short printed than another. But there is a yellow Cal Clutterbuck. Oh boy. Maybe for the next video I'm going to give up on sorting these as we go. Oh, and here's a Hunter Shepard Young Gun, along with our Tanner Jeannot Director of Boards. And there are 5 base to end the pack. Here is another Director of Boards, and I think this one is sparkly. Although, let me pick up this other one, because they have those snowflakes on the side of the name. I'm pretty sure that one sparkles more, yeah. So we're going to call that the Sparkle insert. Josh Brown. And a UD Canvas, Dominic Kubalik. And there's Simon Edvinsson on a roll. Here's our Dazzler for this box. We have Braden Point. Here's an Ecliptic Clayton Keller. And there's the Young Gun checklist. That has Bedard on it. I'm not sure what, I didn't look up what these were going for. And I would say in most cases, 9 times out of 10, probably more than 9 times out of 10, the checklist doesn't garner a lot of excitement. But again, Connor Bedard, new rules. So I'll put this one up there just in case. All right, some base. Looks like we got another Young Gun in this pack. We have Director of Boards Trent Frederick, and then Uvis Belinsky's Young Gun. Ooh. And our outburst for box 2 is a Young Gun. It's Alex Laferriere and not Connor Bedard. But I'd rather get any Young Gun than a base, probably. And then some base at the back. 2 packs to go. All right, here's a Sparkle, PC Sparkle, Nate McKinnon. So they're definitely big on the shiny in this set. There's a Tom Wilson canvas and a Jacob Peltier on a roll. Some base at the back, and we're very last pack. So no exclusives or deluxe or outburst parallels so far, but we're only 2 boxes in, minus this 1 pack, of course. Here's an Ecliptic Cole Caulfield, a Deep Roots John Carlson, and our last Young Gun for box number 2, Dmitry Voronkov. All right, last box for this video. But I'll be back with 9 more, and hopefully our Connor Bedard luck continues. Definitely would be happy with $1 million bounty card. I was sure that I just cut this part, but I guess not. Oh yeah, it just caught the box and not the sticker. That's why this channel is called Cracking Packs and not How Knives Work. All right, box number 3, 6 more Young Guns incoming, and then hopefully something special. It's not how these packs normally open. We got Jared McCann to start off our base. We have an Instinctive John Gibson, an Emile Andre Young Gun, and right off the hop, our outburst out of this box is Darnell Nurse. So no Young Gun here. I think, if I remember the odds correctly, I think every other box should be a Young Gun Outburst versus the base Outburst. But I'm pretty sure if you were to get a Outburst Parallel, it would, I think that would take your wildcard slot and not your Outburst slot. So there should still be a chance that we could have, you know, for example, Connor Bedard Gold Young Gun Outburst in this box. Here is Marcus Foligno. And here is another red fluorescence. So I'm guessing we won't get a black and white canvas or a clear cut in this box. And also, so that seems like these fluorescents are going to be more common than they used to be, which makes sense because I think there's more colors than there used to be also. But I seem to recall getting like one fluorescence per case, and we've already got two in our first three boxes, so. We got another PC, Cale Makar. So I guess it's not one player per team then, because Cale Makar and Nathan McKinnon, we've seen both. There's a Matt Murray Young Gun. Different Matt Murray. And here is our second Young Gun canvas. This one's Mackie Samoskevich. Here's another Ecliptic. It's Artemi Panarin. We got a UD canvas of Philip Forsberg and a portrait of Yaroslav Askarov. We got a Tim Stutzla Ecliptic. Roman Josi, Deep Roots. And let's reveal this Young Gun from the top. It's Ty Cartier. Some base at the back. Here is a Austin Matthews PC. Chris Letang, Deep Roots. And a Milos Kellerman honor roll. Samsonov, Instinctive. There's a Raphael Lavoie Young Gun. And Devin Taves canvas. Five more packs for this session. Obviously a success because we have the Bedard. So this one is going to be tough to beat in the next three sessions, but you never know. There are even more valuable Bedard cards in this set than just the base Young Gun, so it is possible. Here's a Monster Season. It is again Connor McDavid, so I didn't read about this one. I'm assuming at this point that it is all cards about Connor McDavid, which is fun. There's a Tyler Toffoli PC. And a Luke Evangelista honor roll. Capo Kakinen. We seem to be getting quite a few of these Instinctives. And there's a Leon Draisaitl, Deep Roots. And an Askarov honor roll to go with our Askarov portrait. All right, 3 left. We did open the fluorescent already in this box, but I'm not sure we've seen anything that would consume the wildcard slot. Oh, well, this would consume the wildcard slot, I'm sure. Here's another highlighter. It's Alex Ovechkin, yellow. Here is Philip Gustafson, instinctive, and a Kevin Korchinski, another Blackhawk bait in this set. There's some base. 2 packs to go. Looks like we got a shiny, sparkly Tim Stutzla PC. So I'm happy to have that one. Here's a Braden Shen canvas, and it looks like we just got a portrait. Is Clayton Keller. Last pack of our first 3 boxes of 23-24 Upper Deck Series 2. We've got a Dazzler. We've got Carter Verhaeghe, an Ecliptic Andrei Svechnikov, and our last Young Gun is Walker Duehr, which I can't remember if we already pulled his Young Gun or if we saw him in honor rolls possibly. In any case, that's it for our first 3 boxes, everyone. Here's the reason why we're here in the first place. So good job, box 1. Let's open the rest of this case and see if we can find any more. So if you're interested in seeing me open the rest of this case of Upper Deck Series 2, then please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, thanks for watching.